ergonomics. This is when the principles which is used in industry to follow the work's law so that efficiency and effectiveness will get increased. After that, we have seen the man-machine system. Very simple thing is that man-machine system. Man is working on the machines, so you can keep the mirror image of our any CNC or VMC machine. VMC machine is in front of us. We are the operators, let us be considered. Now there is an interaction between the VMC, CNC and ours regarding sensing through the display, making the programs, feeding the programs, operation and takeout. So this is the man-machine system. Then next types of display. So in our CNC, VMC machines, different types of displays are there, program displays are there. Okay, digital displays are there, qualitative displays are there, quantitative displays are there. Any temperature meter, pressure meter is there. Okay, then digital petrol pump digital meter is there. So these are the displays. Okay, and types of control may be lever controls, hand controls, then the wheel controls are there, push electrical push buttons, pull button is there. In computer, joysticks are there. These are the control system, and this system we have designed as per the ergonomics principle. Yes, as per the ergonomics principle, then we have gone to the manual material handling. uh, while handling the materials by mans, we have to follow this anthropometry, means measurement of the human body, weight, height, center of gravity, its capability, age of that person, experience, training for handling. These things will be there. So here's the manually material handling as possible as we have to avoid. Here we can use the conveyor system for handling crane system, different types of perk systems uh, need to use in our shop floor. Then workplace design, we have to design out the workplace in such way that the operator should not feel any fatigue, stresses will not be there. The common working area should be there. Height, then sitting arrangements, working area, write the atom at the right place. We will not waste the time for searching. Like this points actually we required for workplace design. Okay. Then after this, we have gone through the working conditions, maybe environmental conditions, congested should not be there, good light will be there, ventilation, personal facility. Okay, so like these things will be there. After this, international, the labor laws are there. ILO system is there. International organizations, we are following this type of laws. In this laws, many points are there. Everybody having the authority to form the groups. Individual points we can trace to the organizers through the group also, and there should not be use of uh, the the persons having age below the 18. The women should not work above the 7. Overtime should be there, and that should be double of the daily times. So like this uh, ILO norms we have seen in these chapters. After that, we have gone through the different types of act 1937 and 1948. Okay. Similar types of acts are there. Very simple. Every man has to work 6 days, 8 hour shift. One day's holiday should be there, and they have to pay their wage on the 16th day. One day holiday should be there. Below the 18-year or children who will not work, and they are having their own authority to raise their points. The different type of facility need to provide. These are the different types of the acts we have seen this uh, factory act, and some safety precaution also we have discussed. Then employee state insurance act is there, means any employee's problems, maybe medical problems, health problems, then children's problems, residential problems, then emergency. For this purpose, there is the employees state insurance scheme is there, and this is actually corporations in this. There is some part need to pay by the industry and some part by the employers. At the same time, the certain types of funds will get from the state governments and central government, and use of these funds for the benefit of workers, maybe loan purpose, maybe the accidents, if it is happens, will get the protection, and unexpected things will happen in the life of the workers, you get the amounts from the insurance act. So this is about the ergonomics and industrial safety. Very simple concept of this. So you can go through this given PPT. Definitely by reading one or two times you will get all these concepts. Very simple concept. So now let us we go to the next, that is the work measurement. So before going to this work measurement, what is actually the syllabus and what actually we have to do under this chapter? Work measurement, what is the definition of the work measurement? What is the objective of work measurement? Which type of techniques we can use for work measurement? Then performs ratings while doing this particular work, and while making this particular jobs in industry, which type of the allowance we have to provide to the worker, that we have to study. After this allowance, how to calculate the standard times for a particular job. And if the mass production is there, then how to go for work sampling, and if production samples, how much we have to select in mass production, that things we're going to see in work sampling. And last point is that predetermined motion time study. Means initially we have to study the work, and motion actually we require for doing that work. Fixed times it has been decided for particular motions, and that time it keeps as the history, or we can use the same time for further work. Okay, so this point we're going to see under this. So let us we consider one of the jobs under this work measurement. So I have two jobs under this. One is the part of the ring gear. This is the ring gear part one, and this is the special ring gear one. So I have these two jobs in my hands. This is the one job. This is the part of the planetary gearbox, and this is the second job. So this is used in gearbox as a spacer. So how much time actually required to manufacture these jobs? How much time is required to manufacture this job? Somebody will take 1 hour, somebody will take 2 hours, somebody will complete these jobs within 30 minutes. So which is the correct time? Now, in order to decide the correct times for manufacturing, we need to calculate the standard times. Means the performance of particular worker, if we decided 100%, means efficiency of the working is 100%, that is called performance rating. 100%, no mistake, no errors. He can work that job at their optimum level. That is the 100% efficiency. If we conduct this type of experiments on machines having the standard person is having the 100% efficiency, he will work at the optimum levels on that machine and his performance level is 100%. So if you take this man and while manufacturing this type of jobs on the machines or this type of jobs on the machine, uh, we need to calculate the standard times, means how much time is required to manufacture the job by considering different types of allowances. Means here's in the 8 hour shift, different types of allowance need to provide. So if you works at early morning 8 o'clock, so in the working conditions, the person will require certain times for his personal needs, go to toilet, etc. So that is also the personal allowance. Sometimes the powers will get off. Okay, the maintenance will take place, or in running conditions, the breakdown maintenance will be there. Because of that, machine will stop. Here, we require certain contingency allowance. The personal allowance, contingency allowance, or policy allowance. Policy allowance, as per the management, certain times is required for meeting purpose. So this is the policy. Policy allowance is there. So by considering this type of allowance means personal allowance, then your contingency allowance, fatigue allowance, policy allowance, this allowance you have to consider. So first we have to calculate the basic times or normal times required to manufacture them. So how we calculate? First, the observed times observation actually we have to make on those machines. On that machine the person is working, we have to suppose there is 100% performance, highly skilled person, standard person. So if we consider 100% performance uh, of that man who is working on that machine and observe time. So observe times into perform the times. Observe times into performance rating 100%. Somebody will work at 100% level. Somebody will below the 100. Some will be above the 100. So this performance rating actually we have to decide. Normally the performance rating for this is 100%. Okay, it may be go up or it may be go below. 90, 80, so this the man who is working on the machine while calculating the standard time, you have to consider there is 100% performance. Okay, so while doing any job, you have to observe the times. For example, this job is there. So, which operation is required to manufacture these jobs? First, we require drilling and boring. Then, step turning is there. Then, OD turning, facing is there. So, while making this operation, in the job also, we require the drilling operation, boring operation, small holes drilling operations. Then, step is there, OD is there. So, while manufacturing such jobs, we have to observe the time required to complete this operation. Maybe drilling, after that boring, after that step turning, after that spacing, OD turning, all these whole operations, how much time is required? That you have to observe. Okay, so by using the stopwatch methods, we can observe this time. This observe times into your performance rating, it will get a normal time. Once again, I will repeat, while making the study in industry and need to calculate the standard time. If standard time is not there, what will happen? Anybody will do their work at different times. Somebody will work that job at 1 hour, somebody will 1.5 hours. So it is not actually advisable to that industry. Industry actually, uh, it has been decided by the industry. There is a specific times for particular job. On which basis they have decided this standard times calculation. Okay, so here's observed times into performance rating. First, we have to do this. Okay, and normally performance rating you have to consider 100%. So observed times into performance rating plus their this performance rating and observed times. If you go for multiplication, then it will come to normal times. Observed times into performance rating, it will get normal times or basic times. Once again, I will repeat, observed times into performance rating, you will get the basic times or normal time. Okay. And in this basic time or normal time, if you add the types of allowance, so here normally we can use the two types of allowance in the working condition. First is personal allowance, means within the 8 hours, the workers will require certain times for his personal needs, maybe lunch, go to the toilet, certain rest. Okay, so this comes under the personal allowance. And next allowance is there, that is the contingency allowance. Contingency allowance means unexpected things will happen in the working condition, maybe power off. So in working condition, power will get off. What we will do? So this power will supplied by the MSCB. So what is the problem of MSC? That is up to them, and they will going to solve this. Up to the solving that problem, anyhow we have to wait. So this is the allowance. Means certain times will going to waste. Okay. Then some meeting in the running condition, some meeting or the inspection is there. Sometimes will going to waste. This is called policy. So loading, unloading allowance is there, fatigue allowance is there. But normally, while calculating the standard times, we have to add there two allowance, that is the personal allowance and contingency allowance. Okay. So with the help of this, we will calculate the standard times required for this job. Suppose for this job, we have calculated standard time is 20 minutes. Okay. Now you can assign these works to different worker and ask that person or that worker to complete these jobs within the 20 minutes. If that person will not complete these jobs within the 20 minutes, okay, then the normal in industry, the wages or salary cuttings will be there. Means it is not affordable to industry. The if that job is not completed within the specified times, definitely cost of manufacturing will get increased, and ultimately there is a less production and less productivity there. To avoid such problems in every industry, there is a need to calculate the standard times for particular job. Okay. So once again, I will repeat what is the importance of this work measurement. Work measurement, it is nothing but the technique which requires to calculate the time required for making a job. So suppose this job is there. How much time is required to complete this time? How we going to decide this? So this technique you will get under this chapter. So every industry, different types of jobs are there. Maybe bearing industry, crankshaft industry, then casting industry, then your shaft manufacturing industry, press tool industry. Okay, so many industries are there. So there is a certain time required to manufacture a product. But how much time actually we require to manufacture time, that managements or time study person or work measurements person will decide. At the same time, we have to forward to the other workers and ask that workers to complete the jobs within this time. If it is early, then we can give the motivations to that worker. We will provide the incentive, we will provide the bonus, financial help will be like this. And if it is if that person will take more time than standard time, ultimately deductions will be there in his wages or in his salary because it is not affordable to that industry. So, main need of the work measurements to decide the standard time to manufacture any job. Once again, we repeat what is the need of work measurements? Need of work measurements to decide the standard time requires to manufacture the product. Okay, and whatever this cost related to this time, that cost is actually optimum cost of the production. Okay, so this thing you will get through this work measurement. Now, so let us we start from the definition of the work measurement. Work measurements, it is nothing but one of the technique it is used in our work study. So here's work measurement is technique to establish the time required for qualified workers to carry out specified job at defined level of performance. So here I am going to write the definition of work measurement. So this is the definition of the work measurement. It is a technique. So this is the definition. Yes, I specify Work measurement, it is a technique to establish the time required for qualified workers. Means qualified worker means its performance is 100%. To carry out specified jobs at definite level of performance, means 100% level of performance there. This is the job. So to establish the time required for qualified workers. So maybe the CNC operators, let us consider the CNC operator, how much the time required to that the CNC operator to manufacture this product. Let us we consider the performance of the CNC operator is 100%, also qualified. Okay, so CNC operator performance is 100%. He is qualified. Then we have to calculate how much time is required to manufacture this time. Suppose 20 minutes, then the name of this product it is planetary gear number one. This is the blank of planetary gear box. After this broaching will be there. Here is the broaching, and then it will become the part of planetary gearbox, internal gear manufacturing. So here's 20 minutes is required to manufacture these jobs on the CNC machine. Okay, so once we calculated this time 20 minutes, then this is the fixed time. So instead of present the workers, if we replace by some other worker, then also that worker also manufacture these jobs within the 20 minutes. Okay, and if he will not going to manufacture these jobs within that 20 minutes, means that there is some problem. Need to give a training. Okay, even though it is not possible that man not to complete these jobs within the 20 minutes, then we can search some other person. Because uh, if we manufacture any job as per the time decided by the technique of work measurement, then the production cost will be optimum. Otherwise, there may be increasing the cost of manufacturing, less production, and productivity also decrease. Okay, so very simple definition is there for work measurement. It is a technique. It is a technique to establish the time required. It is the technique to establish time required for qualified worker. We have taken example of operator, present operator working on the CNC machine. Let us consider having good qualifications and good performance. So how much time we have to establish to manufacture this? This is the example. So this is nothing but our work measurement. Work measurement means establish the time required to manufacture any job by that worker having 100% performance and qualified and 100 performance. So whatever the component manufactured by this person, that time or whatever times we have calculated, that time need to establish for manufacturing of such type of component. So this is actually basic definition of the work measurement. It is a technique to establish the time required for qualified workers to carry out specified jobs at defined level of performance. So this is the definition. So up to here it is clear the concept of the work measurement. Anybody having any problem? This is very important from the industrial point of view because every industry, every jobs we require to set the time. Maybe crankshaft, maybe bearing, maybe casting, maybe pulley, or maybe your different types of levers, whatever the things we are manufacturing in industry, if we apply the concept of this work measurement, then there is a specific time to manufacture that component. If we have not decided the specific time, then there is no planning. Somebody will manufacture same job, develop double than requirement, so unnecessary cost will get increased. So that's why there is a need of the work measurement in your industry. When you will be in industry, always you have to think about the this time. Downtime means no work at all. So downtimes in industry, this is very dangerous. So that much downtime will waste the cost. That means production cost will get increased. Less production will get less productivity. You are after selling that component, you will get revenue, but the shares of revenue is that should be the less. So every industry there is a need of work measurements. And already I have given examples. Any job, this job, or your this spacer of the planetary, these jobs, or any other job, specific timing we have to decide. And this specified timing, how we will decide? Here we have to select qualified workers, good performance, okay, and ask them to start to work to manufacture this job. Start to work to manufacture these jobs or any other job. And you have to make the observations. Observe times you have to calculate. Let us consider observe times is 15 minutes. So 15 minutes into performance, 100% performance is there. You can go for the multiplication of 100%. Okay, 100%, 100 divided by 101. Then here you can add the uh, personal allowance and contingency allowance. Personal allowance means operator is there within the 8 hour shift. That operator may waste his time for his personal needs. He may go to the toilet, lunch, or any other personal purpose he will get. That allowance is our personal allowance. Contingency breakdowns, power of this contingency. So this allowance normally it has been decided in the percentage of the basic time for normal time, maybe 5 to 10%. Okay, we will going to see that how much allowance we have to consider. But this allowance is actually in percentage of basic or normal times that we have to add, you will get the standard. And whatever the standard times you will get, so that time you have to set there. Suppose you have calculated 20 minutes, you have to set the 20 minutes is required for this job. If we change that worker, then also next worker also will going to ask you have to complete the job within the 20 minutes. If it is not possible, leave this or that much amount will going to deduct. Okay, so costing wise, this is very important in industry. Okay, up to here it is clear. Definition of the work measurement. Anybody having any problem, you can ask because here numerical problems will going to solve. Numerical problems are there and need to get the pure concept of the work measurement because same concept it is applicable in the industry. In the future, actually, this technique you require in the industry. This is actually your work in industry. So it is clear. Shall I go to the next point? Hello. Concept of the work measurement. Have you got the concept of the work measurement? Or shall I repeat or shall I go to the next point? Objective work measurement. Hello? Yes or no? Anybody can give the response to me? Shall I proceed? Shall I repeat or shall I go ahead? Because this is very important chapters. When you will be in industry for specific job, need to calculate the standard time. Some numerical problems will be there. So shall I go ahead or shall I repeat? Just give the response to me. Hello? Yes or no? I am not getting answer. Yes or no? Hello? Anybody is there or not? Are you getting my sound or not? Hello? Okay, shall I proceed or shall I repeat the concept of work study? Shall I repeat or shall I go ahead? Okay, thank you. Now, definition is work. Main definition of the work measurement to establish the time required to complete job. Very simple thing. Time required to complete any job. This is the technique of work measurement. Okay. Now, what is the objective of this work measurement? So, next point, what is the objective of this work measurement? So, objective of work measurement. Objective of work why we are going to study this work measurement? It is very simple. First point is that to reduce or eliminate non-productive time. So here to reduce, eliminate. So this is the first object of work measurement to reduce or eliminate non-productive time. Suppose we are manufacturing this job or if we are manufacturing this job. While manufacturing this job, we can reduce the non-productive times or eliminate non-productive times. Which is that non-productive time? Correct. So very simple thing is that if we put this raw material in check up the machine and power is not there, it is contingency alarm. Correct. So how much the time power is not there? So that power you have to add in standard time. Okay, and accordingly we can calculate or eliminate the non-productive time. Means just we have hold the jobs in the check of the machine and we have not started the machine. Some workers in industry, they are doing like this. They are putting the job in the check of the machines, tightening these jobs, and he will wait for some time. This is non-product means production is not there. Only the machine is ideal, the machining is not going on. But if you give the calculated standard times to that person, anyhow you have to complete job this within 20 minutes. You can do what you want to do. But I need these jobs within the 20 minutes. Definitely he will not wait for after putting the job, he will not wait for some time. He will start that machine. He will increase the speed, feed, depth of cut anyhow. Otherwise, his loss will be there. Salary will get deducted, wages will get deducted because standard time is there. So in this way, we can reduce the or eliminate the non-productive time. Non-productive means the machining is not there, job processing is not going on. only that machine is idle or sometime machine is running and there is no machining operations. There is a no the longitudinal movement or cross movement of your cross slides or your saddle. Correct. So these times actually we can reduce by the work measurement to reduce or eliminate the non-productive time. If we reduce the non-productive time and convert these non-productive times into productive time, definitely cost will decrease, production will increase, productivity will get increased. So this is the first objective of work measurement. Now next to fix the standard times for doing the job. Next, fix the standard time. So same thing is that how much time is required to complete a job. You have to get it fixed. If a worker will change, ask that next worker to complete your job within this time because we have calculated standard time. And accordingly we are going to pay. It's a salary or wages system. It is also depends upon the standard time. Time required to complete job as per the standard, as per the work measurement. This is the second objective of work measurement. Then next to develop standard data for future reference. Third, now it's our third objective to develop standard data for future reference. Suppose in any industry, uh, job production is that means initially these jobs are there. We have calculated standard times, but after completing the job, we'll get next time. For example, initially we have got this time. Once the quantity of this job is over, then you will get a next order like this. Once the quantity is over, so we get the next order like this way. So each time need not to calculate the standard times required for this or this job. So you have to make one register or prepare the data in computer for this job. For example, this is the spacer used in planetary job. The spacer number 350, name is 350. This spacer time is required 10 minutes. You can put this data in your computer. Now this is the gear number once used in planetary gives. Time is required 20 minutes. So like this way, you can preserve the standard times for number of jobs. Whenever the orders will get repeat, you can utilize this data for a manufacturing purpose. So this is the data actually we require in the future. Okay. And last that is to improve methods. Last point is that to improve methods. To improve methods. Now, any jobs while manufacturing, number of methods are there. So we can manufacture these jobs by using jig and fixtures. Somebody will manufacture the jobs without jigs and fixtures. Now you can see that on our VMC machines to manufacture these holes. These small holes are there having 82 PCD and hole diameter is 7. In order to get accurate this pitch circle diameter of these holes and diameter of the hole, we have made one jig on VMC machine. Now somebody will make these jobs without a jig, without jig. So time required to manufacture these small holes without jig and time required to manufacture these jobs with jig. There is a wide difference. So this is the without jig original method. And this original method required more time to manufacture this. Now if you use jig, then no need to check this job. No need to check. If you are using a jig, no need to check these jobs. PCD is correct, hole diameter is correct, everything is correct if you use jig. This is the improved method. But before that, old method, no use of jig by just marking and punching. If you go for drilling this, more time is required. Normally, if you use jig's picture, uh, time will get reduced and normally jig's picture we required in mass production. This component we have mass production. This component we have mass production. Whenever mass production is there, you have to design the jig and accordingly you can develop that methods and because of that your production cost will get reduced, production increase, productivity increase, revenue more wages, more salary, more bonus, more motivation, all these things are there. Okay, so our time is over. So thanks to all of you. Monday we will going to conduct test on chapter number 3. Quiz is there, ergonomics and industrial safety. Monday, and after that we'll continue these 4 chapters. Okay, so thanks to uh, all of you once again. We'll stop here because our time is over. Okay, thank you.